Risk less, achieve more. Mastering project risk management. Welcome to the world of project risk management. As projects become more complex, the risks associated with them also increase. That's where project risk management comes in. It is a process that helps identify, assess, and mitigate potential risks before they can impact the project's success. In today's presentation, we will explore the concept of project risk management and its importance in any project. By implementing project risk management, you can increase the chances of project success, reduce costs, and improve stakeholder satisfaction. It's an essential aspect of project management that cannot be overlooked. So, let's dive into the world of project risk management and learn how it can help you achieve your project goals. What is project risk management? Project risk management is the process of identifying, analyzing, and responding to potential risks that may arise during a project. It involves assessing the likelihood and impact of these risks and developing strategies to mitigate or avoid them. The purpose of project risk management is to minimize the negative impact of risks on a project's objectives and outcomes. By proactively identifying and addressing potential risks, project managers can ensure that projects are completed on time, within budget, and to the satisfaction of stakeholders.
The benefits of implementing project risk management. Implementing project risk management can provide numerous benefits to any project. By identifying potential risks early on, project managers can take proactive measures to mitigate or avoid them altogether. This can lead to a reduction in project failures and an increase in project efficiency. In addition, implementing project risk management can also improve stakeholder engagement and communication. By involving stakeholders in the risk identification and response planning stages, project managers can ensure that everyone is on the same page and working towards the same goals. This can lead to better collaboration and a more successful project outcome.
The project risk management process. The project risk management process is a crucial component of any successful project. It involves three key stages: identification, analysis, and response planning. During the identification stage, potential risks are identified through techniques such as brainstorming sessions and risk registers. Once identified, these risks are analyzed in terms of their probability and impact during the analysis stage. Finally, during the response planning stage, strategies are developed to mitigate, transfer, accept, or avoid each identified risk.
Identifying project risks. Identifying project risks is a crucial step in project risk management. It involves the use of risk registers and brainstorming sessions to identify potential risks that may impact the success of the project. Risk registers are documents that list all identified risks, along with their likelihood and impact on the project. Brainstorming sessions involve a group of stakeholders coming together to discuss potential risks and their possible impacts. By identifying risks early on, project teams can develop effective response plans and minimize negative impacts on the project. For example, imagine a construction project where the risk of inclement weather was not identified during the risk identification stage. If this risk were to occur, it could delay the project timeline and increase costs. By identifying this risk early on, the project team could develop a response plan that includes contingency measures to mitigate the impact of inclement weather on the project.
Analyzing project risks. Analyzing project risks is a crucial step in project risk management. This involves assessing the probability and impact of each identified risk, and determining the appropriate response strategy. Probability assessments involve evaluating the likelihood that a particular risk will occur, while impact assessments involve evaluating the potential consequences of a risk if it does occur. By combining these assessments, project managers can prioritize risks and develop effective response plans.
Planning responses to project risks. Planning responses to project risks is a critical stage in project risk management. It involves developing strategies to address identified risks, including risk mitigation, transfer, acceptance, and avoidance. Risk mitigation involves taking actions to reduce the likelihood or impact of a risk, while risk transfer involves shifting the risk to another party through insurance or contracts. Risk acceptance involves acknowledging the risk and its potential impact, while risk avoidance involves changing the project plan to eliminate the risk altogether. For example, if a construction project has identified the risk of delays due to inclement weather, the project team may develop a risk mitigation strategy by building in extra time into the schedule to account for potential weather-related delays. Alternatively, they may choose to transfer the risk to a third-party contractor who specializes in weather-related delays. If the risk cannot be mitigated or transferred, the team may choose to accept the risk and develop contingency plans to minimize its impact, or avoid the risk altogether by changing the project scope or location.
Implementing project risk responses. Implementing project risk responses is a crucial step in ensuring the success of any project. This involves monitoring and controlling identified risks to ensure that they do not have a negative impact on the project's progress. One example of implementing a risk response is the use of risk mitigation strategies, such as developing contingency plans or implementing early warning systems. These strategies can help minimize the impact of potential risks and ensure that the project stays on track.
Common project risks. Scope creep is one of the most common project risks, where the project's requirements and goals keep expanding beyond the initial scope. This can lead to delays, budget overruns, and ultimately project failure. For example, a software development project might start with a simple set of features but end up including more complex functionalities that were not initially planned. Budget overruns occur when the actual costs of a project exceed the allocated budget. This risk can arise due to unforeseen expenses, changes in project scope, or poor budget planning. For instance, a construction project might face budget overruns due to unexpected increases in material costs or labor expenses. Resource constraints refer to the limited availability of resources such as time, money, and personnel. This risk can have a significant impact on project timelines and quality. For example, a marketing campaign might fail to meet its objectives due to a lack of skilled personnel or insufficient funding.
Risk management techniques. Risk management techniques are essential to ensure that potential risks are identified, analyzed, and addressed in a systematic manner. There are two primary types of risk management techniques: qualitative and quantitative analysis. Qualitative analysis involves identifying risks based on their impact and likelihood, while quantitative analysis involves using statistical models to analyze the probability of risks occurring. Risk management software can also be used to facilitate the identification and analysis of risks, as well as the development and implementation of risk response plans.
The role of the project manager in risk management. The project manager plays a crucial role in project risk management. They are responsible for identifying potential risks, analyzing their impact on the project, and developing strategies to mitigate them. The project manager must also ensure that all stakeholders are engaged in the risk management process, from identifying risks to implementing risk responses. Effective communication is essential for successful project risk management. The project manager must communicate with all stakeholders to ensure that everyone is aware of potential risks and how they will be addressed. This includes regular updates on the status of identified risks and the progress of risk responses. The project manager must also ensure that communication channels are clear and concise, so that information is not lost or misunderstood.
The importance of communication in project risk management. Effective communication is crucial in project risk management. Without clear and concise communication channels, project team members may not be aware of potential risks or the actions being taken to mitigate those risks. Communication must be timely and accurate to ensure that all stakeholders are informed of any changes that may impact the project's success. This includes regular updates on risk assessments, response plans, and progress towards risk mitigation goals. The importance of stakeholder engagement in project risk management. Stakeholder engagement is a critical aspect of project risk management. By involving stakeholders in the risk identification and response planning stages, project managers can gain valuable insights into potential risks and develop effective strategies to mitigate or avoid them. Effective stakeholder engagement requires clear communication channels and active participation from all parties involved. By fostering an open and collaborative environment, project managers can ensure that all stakeholders are invested in the success of the project and are committed to managing risks effectively. The impact of project risk management on project success. Effective project risk management can have a significant impact on the success of a project. It helps to identify potential risks early on and take appropriate measures to mitigate them, reducing the likelihood of project failures. In addition, project risk management can increase project efficiency by ensuring that resources are allocated appropriately and that potential delays are addressed before they become major issues. For example, identifying a potential supply chain issue early on and developing a backup plan can help prevent costly delays later in the project. The challenges of project risk management. One of the biggest challenges of project risk management is the lack of resources. Many projects have limited budgets, which can make it difficult to allocate enough resources towards risk management. This can lead to important risks being overlooked or not properly addressed, which can ultimately impact the success of the project. Another challenge of project risk management is the difficulty in identifying all potential risks. Even with a thorough risk assessment, there may be unforeseen risks that arise during the course of the project. it's important for project managers to remain vigilant and adaptable in order to address these new risks as they emerge.
Best practices for project risk management. One of the best practices for project risk management is to have a comprehensive risk management plan in place. This plan should outline the steps that will be taken to identify, analyze, and respond to potential risks throughout the project lifecycle. It should also include contingency plans for dealing with unexpected events or emergencies. By having a well-developed risk management plan, project managers can proactively address potential issues before they become major problems. Another important best practice is to conduct regular risk assessments throughout the project. This involves identifying new risks as they arise and re-evaluating existing risks to ensure they are still relevant. By regularly assessing project risks, project managers can stay on top of potential issues and make informed decisions about how to mitigate them. This can help prevent costly delays and setbacks down the line.
The future of project risk management. The future of project risk management looks promising with the integration of artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML, in risk analysis. These technologies can provide a more accurate and efficient way of identifying potential risks and predicting their impact on a project. For instance, AI can analyze vast amounts of data and identify patterns that humans may miss, while ML can learn from past projects and use that knowledge to improve risk assessment. One potential benefit of using AI and ML in risk analysis is the ability to prioritize risks based on their likelihood and impact. This can help project managers allocate resources more effectively and make informed decisions about which risks to address first. Additionally, these technologies can provide real-time updates on risk status, allowing project teams to respond quickly to emerging risks. Case study: successful project risk management implementation. In a recent project, our team implemented a thorough project risk management plan that allowed us to identify and mitigate potential risks before they became major issues. Through the use of risk registers and regular risk assessments, we were able to stay on top of any potential problems and take proactive steps to address them. One of the key benefits of this approach was that it helped us stay on track with our project timeline and budget. By addressing potential risks early on, we were able to avoid costly delays and unexpected expenses. Additionally, by involving stakeholders in the risk management process, we were able to build trust and transparency, which ultimately led to a more successful project outcome. Case study: failed project risk management implementation. In a failed project risk management implementation, the lack of proper identification and analysis of potential risks led to the failure of the project. The project manager failed to involve all stakeholders in the risk identification process, resulting in important risks being overlooked. Additionally, the project team did not have a clear plan for responding to identified risks, which further exacerbated the situation. The lessons learned from this case study emphasize the importance of involving all stakeholders in the risk management process, ensuring that all potential risks are identified and analyzed, and having a clear plan for responding to identified risks. It also highlights the need for regular risk assessments throughout the project lifecycle to ensure that new risks are identified and addressed in a timely manner. Project risk management is a crucial aspect of any successful project. By identifying potential risks and planning responses to them, project managers can mitigate the impact of these risks and increase the likelihood of project success. Throughout this presentation, we have discussed the process of project risk management, including the identification, analysis, and response planning stages. We have also highlighted the benefits of implementing project risk management, as well as the challenges that may arise. By following best practices and engaging stakeholders in the process, project managers can effectively manage risks and ensure project success. Thank you for taking the time to learn about project risk management. By implementing this valuable tool, you can significantly increase the chances of project success and minimize the impact of potential risks. Remember, risk management is a continuous process that requires ongoing attention and effort.